I feel like my money was all over the place in April. I don't know why. I just felt really scattered. And I think a lot of that is just transitioning to a new job and trying to prep for rolling over your 401k and getting new health insurance and whatever the heck else I did, new HSA that had to be transferred. So I feel like my money was all over the place. It really wasn't, but I don't know. We'll just go through the spreadsheet and see how things shook out. But I love doing these monthly budget reviews because obviously I'm operating on a budget. I need to make sure I'm sticking to it relatively well and just keeping things in check month over month. And the only way to do that is to pay attention and track your spending and your savings and contributions, investments, whatever else you're doing with your money. It's kind of helpful to dive into that stuff. You don't have to get neurotic and spreadsheet everything like I do. I'm just that personality. That's how I like to keep track of things. And since I'm on a long haul journey towards financial independence, I want to get there as quickly as I can. So I'm trying to be as diligent as possible, but let's just get into it and see how sloppy boppy this went. I don't know. So here's my spreadsheet. Y'all know I love Google Sheets because I can update it anywhere, anytime. But we always start at the top with my income. My biggest income right now is from my W-2 job. I have a goal of take-home pay $4,200. I am investing, or I am doing a 6% contribution to my 401k just because that is what my company matches up to. And I'm also contributing to a health savings account, and I have to pay my health insurance since I'm a U.S. citizen. That is a pretty big expense. So all of those things are deducted, of course, out of my paycheck. And then this take-home pay is what I'm left with. My goal is $4,200. Now that I'm on a salary without it, we have overtime and travel potential and all that business. I just haven't. I'm not there yet. They've barely given me any work whatsoever. So I know it's coming. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty even keel income going forward. There's none of those like big fluctuating paychecks like I used to have. So $4,064 is what I actually brought home in April. So I might have to move my goal down a little bit. I think this $4,064 should be pretty accurate going forward. My next income is my rental income. If you guys are not new here, you know I have one rental property in the Midwest, and that should bring in $459.24, which it did. So as you can see, I'm sorry for repeating this every single time, but there's new faces. There's going to be questions where that number came from. So my tenant pays $734 a month in rent. $66.06 is the property management fee. They keep that, send me all the rest, and then from the rest I pay that $208.70 mortgage, which is where the $459.24 comes from. I save every penny of that, which is why I have that here. That is being saved in a savings account to save up for down payment on rental number 2. YouTube is my next income if I hit the threshold, which is a $100 payout threshold. I always have a goal to make more than that. And in April, I got paid $128.06. That went right to the emergency fund. And then this category I added as a new category for this month in April. This I'm calling direct support. I'm actually going to change it to just support Venmo, just because some of you do choose to support me directly through Venmo. There is always the super thanks option below each video, which you guys choose to use as well, which is awesome. But that pays out. That gets lumped into my YouTube payout, whereas Venmo, I move the money right away. So direct support in April was $125. So that was 2 separate transactions, one from Carol for $50 and one from Jennifer for $75. Thank you both so much. That is incredible. You guys added $125 more to my emergency fund this month beyond what I was able to do. So I really appreciate you guys so very much for that. Now for my expenses, my biggest expense, like most people, is my housing expense, which is rent, $1,525. That's exactly what I paid. Car insurance, when I started April, I was sticking with my old car insurance. I had the previous job and I was going month to month. And then, as you guys know, last week I switched and just paid it all up front because they offered a paid in full discount. I'm going to talk more about this in the future, but it was $58 a month. What did I need to fix that. I spent $12 because I canceled in the middle of the month or whatever. I owed them $12 for the few days I had to pay for it. Whatever. Electricity. Budgeted 82. It was 82. Of course, you just corrected that. Whatever. Internet, $59.99. Mohila is my student loan servicer. You guys know that's the only debt I have left. Rental property mortgage excluded. I don't count that because it's my tenant's paying for that, so I'm not. My personal debt. It is still my debt. You know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Student loans, we're still in forbearance, $0. Gym, $15 a month. Netflix is $20 a month. Groceries and food. So I mentioned the other day I was thinking about dropping my groceries and food budget. I was going to see how this month went, April, because it was like my first full month at home. No, it wasn't. Second one. March was low, so I just wanted to see how April would shake out. $433.56. It's under budget, but it's still not great. What the heck did I do this month? I don't know. I don't know why it was so much. I did not even eat out them. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Gas and car wash, I budgeted $150. I spent $170.45. That's because I did sneak in a skiing trip, and that was a faraway mountain. It was like a 2.5 hours each way drive, so that kind of added on to the gas. But I've been driving a lot because it's spring. I have to get outside every day. I have to go walk by the beach every day. So that's what I do. Lots of driving, even though I'm not commuting to work at all because I don't have to. Still driving a lot. Pet supplies, budgeted $25. I got them a new cat tree because their old one was so ratty. It was disgusting. It was like shedding on the floor. Not that I need to justify my purchases, but the cats had a big month. I didn't have to buy food or litter, but they got a new cat tree. You guys, I didn't even book a massage this month. I kept not thinking of it and it just got away from me. So I didn't even get a massage this month. Oh well. Invest. I have a goal of investing $100 a month. I invested $100 in FundRise this month. So that's just crowdfunded real estate investing. I always have that link below for you to get 50 free shares if you want to get into real estate investing but not actually owning a property. Crowdfunding with FundRise is a great option. Donate. I always donate $50 and it went to Layla as usual. Savings. At this new salary, I have a current savings goal of $1,000 a month. I was actually able to save $1,757. The notes cut off a little bit, but as you can see, what is $1,100 in total towards my emergency fund. Some of that just from the interest that the account grew. And then I was also able to save $657 to put back into my annual expenses sinking fund on the 28th of the month when I got paid right at the end there. And I'm going to talk more about that in a second. And then my personal spending. This is $300 a month for the second year in a row. I'm really trying to stick to a low buy for 2023, which for me, I put at $300 a month in personal spending. Just things that I want. This does not include experiences and apparently does not include cat trees and things like that because I say so. But I spent $202. As you can see from the note, I needed a new shower head for my shower. I found a winter jacket on clearance. If you need winter gear, guys, oh my God, I just remembered. I need to add $25 more to that because I found used snowshoes, like $100 and something snowshoes. I found used for $25. I've been wanting snowshoes for years, but I always knew, I was like, I don't even know if I like snowshoeing. Let's not drop a shitload of money on something we don't know about. $25. I found a perfectly decent used pair to try. I'm very excited about that, and I forgot to add it, but the jacket reminded me of that for some reason. And then some puzzles. I like to do puzzles in the evening. It keeps me occupied and from going stir crazy. For those of you who live by yourself, maybe you get it. But so with another $25 for the snowshoes, $227 spent in the month altogether. So I'm very happy about that. And then other $761. So this is where, so I put $657 from my annual expenses sinking fund. So it's kind of weird. Like in the savings, it's captured, and then in the spending, it's captured. And that's just because I spent it in this month and I put it right back in this month. So that's that. And then $104 for that ski pass. Again, experience, not a material item that I bought. Pepe did need a vet visit. He was showing a couple patches of hair loss, and so I just was concerned. So he's good now. He's got a little steroid, but anyway, that vet visit and medication was $96, which technically I could have pulled from a sinking fund, but I just bankrolled it because I had the money. And then I also bought vitamins that I buy every 2 or 3 months. They're kind of pricey, but whatever. That's my spending, $5,356 altogether. But if you take, no, let me rephrase that. That was not spending. Obviously, $1,757 of that was savings. So if you negate or subtract the $657 to and from the sinking fund, it brings this total here down to $4,669. Which is just under the total that we brought in, which is cool. So my savings rate was way better than I was expecting, even though the outgoing was still a little bit high. I'm okay with it. As long as this savings amount is greater than this and I'm not going backwards, that's all I can ask, right? That's all we can ask. Now for my debt. Like I said, student loans, you guys know, $160,250.22. I'm not actively saving for those right now, so this $14,000 goal for the year is meaningless at the moment because my emergency fund is my priority. But the account did grow in $89 in interest, so brought it up to $28,980 that I'm just saving sort of for student loans or whatever I feel like. Not really whatever I feel like, but I may use that as part of a down payment on my next investment property. Stay tuned. Emergency fund sinking funds is next. Where, if you guys saw this week's Transfer Tuesday video, which just came out, I don't know, yesterday, the day before, whenever this goes up, I'm not sure, but that emergency fund, well, we started April with $5,800 in there. We are ending April with $6,900 in there. So, yay, yay, yay. $3,100 to go, you guys. What? Yay. So, car, vet, and medical is sitting at $2,000, and the annual expenses is still sitting at $2,000 because we were able to replenish. Travel funds is a joke at the moment. And so is my Roth. You guys know how it is. I'm so happy with how April turned out. Like, the spending was a little heavy, but at the same time, so was the savings. I feel great about that. And look at that. You got the direct support. I just, like, you guys blow me away in the best way possible. I feel a bit optimistic. Dare I even say it out loud? I know, but I feel like June I could have that emergency fund wrapped up sometime in June, perhaps, if I keep at this savings rate, or even close to it. That would be so nice. And then I have the second half of the year to keep loading up on student loan savings. Actually, June, isn't that supposed to be, in theory, when our first student loan repayment comes back in action? I'm so intrigued how that's going to play out. I don't know. I've not been paying attention to the student loan updates whatsoever, so I have no idea what's going on, but I am prepping to get ready to start repaying in June. So it would be amazing to get my emergency fund tied up in June, and then student loan payments start from there. That'll essentially add another monthly bill back on my plate, which is okay. I still don't know what the monthly payment's going to be yet. Mohila is still, they have not gotten back to me. I'm on an income-based repayment plan. I have been the entire time I've had these federal student loans. The beginning of this month, I finally had all my correct deductions coming out of my pay stub, so I finally resubmitted to Mohila my updated income so that they can readjust my monthly payment, just because it was $648 and 11 cents on my old income. It should be much lower than that. Well, I should say much. I don't know. It should be quite a bit lower than that going forward. So it won't be a huge burden of a monthly payment, but it will be my second largest monthly payment once it comes back in action. So I'm just really intrigued to see what that payment's going to be on my new income. Hopefully I'll know before June. Have you guys heard any student loan updates in a while? I guess I could just Google it, but you guys always have better info than I do. Anyway, how'd y'all do with April? Let me know down in the comments. Is there any kind of sticking points you guys are working through your budget? For me, it's food. It's always food. Girl loves to eat. Can't help it, you know. Anyway, that's all I've got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a lovely April. I hope your spring is going amazing. Mine is. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.